looks like these two are ready to start. And it looks like we got a Dr. Coyle and Ninjara coming onto the stage right now. And I believe it's... actually, I don't know what stage they're on.
It looks like we're going to be getting ourselves onto... Oh, this is Dr. Coyle's stage. Name redacted. Yeah. Is the level. So, yeah, both of these characters have some interesting movement abilities. Coyle, as you can see, literally just glides around as much as she wants. Just full air movement. She essentially always exists in a grounded state for the arms for that's relevant. Yeah. And then Ninjara having this teleport instead of a dash. And one thing that's interesting about him is shield pressure doesn't really exist. The moment that he's punched in a shield, he teleports elsewhere on the stage. Right.
Okay, so both these two just navigating around the pillars, and I want to talk about the arms they're pulling out. Looks like Wonder Chef is actually pulling some custom arms out, doing the double toaster. But then we got the Ninjara playing out the defaults, so we got the buff and the chakrams going on down. All right, but gets that grab and gets a good amount of damage. And so far, Wonder Chef just completely annihilating Drew so far in this first round.
Yeah, right now, what we're seeing is Wonder is taking his time, right? Just waiting for the moments to toss out, waiting for those commitments, right? So he waited for Drew to jump up, saw the dash, and then threw out all 3 fists. Yeah. And that's something else that Dr. Coyle has is when she's charging, which is like you're holding your dash button or your shield, right? She starts readying a 3rd arm, which is a random copy of one of her 2 arms. And that way she can throw out 3 punches instead of 2. Yeah.
And this is one of those difficult things, too, is that when you're in the air, you're committing yourself on that landing. So then you leave yourself open to a lot of stuff. But gets the rush in. That's really big. Just goes right through the pillars.
Yeah, Drew barely hanging on, and that is actually extremely risky to throw out that rush, right? Because Wonder right now is looking for a way to close out this last pixel so he can keep his rush going into game 2. He's not able to find it, decides to go for that commitment, doesn't want to take that risk. They'll both start with almost no rush next game.
Yeah, so just basically the reset, but that's going to be the first round going to Wonder Chef. Good stuff so far. Yeah. Let's see if Drew is going to change his arms. No, he's just going to stick with the buff, just a neutral effect, and the chakrams, which is wind, I believe.
Yeah. And right now, a lot of use, again, both players using these pillars in the middle as a place for coverage. Though the chakram is going to be very helpful. You can already see it curving around to try to catch Coyle off guard.
Yeah, very true. Okay, both of these two navigating around the pillars. Unlike the other stages, these pillars do move, so then they're only temporary boundaries, so you can't just necessarily stay behind them like you would at like DNA Lab or the Scrapyard, for example.
But the other thing about them, too, is because they're constantly shuffling through, you can't just blow up the pillars and not deal with them for the later rounds of the match.
Ooh, that was really committal, and that's the thing. Like, before, in the beginning of the meta, you would see people like just going for grabs constantly.
Oh, yeah.
But nowadays, it's like, it's super committal because you have no arms to defend yourself, so what are you going to do? So you're just going to lose a lot of health if your opponent especially has Rush.
Yeah, Rush is the big commodity in this game. It's a meter spending game, right, where you don't just want to focus on building Rush at all times, but it's really important to find the moments to spend them. Yeah. So when you look for your opponent to be doing something committal, like say doing a jump, doing a too heavy of a punch, or especially a grab, so you can burst through it, spend your Rush, and you can focus on building up your next meter.
Yeah, and then we saw it already, the Wonder Chef threw out only 1 arm, and then he tried to rush that to punish on the whiff, but then was able to block just in time.
And just like Wonder Chef already has his next rush ready to go, lands it once again. Drew eats another flurry, and he's going to be down to almost, yes, his last quarter of health. Chef looking very strong, and you saw that confidence. Chef just floating right overhead on Drew, looking for this grab, waiting. That was so good, right? Because the first time, he grabbed immediately on Drew's wake-up. And this time, he's like, Drew's going to expect another wake-up grab. I'm going to wait for his dash to escape it, and I'll just pop one right afterwards.
Yep. So the doctor, the woman behind everything, is going to go ahead and take game 1.
The rad scientist.
Yep. Responsible for Helix, Springtron, and all those guys.
Master Mummy, too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, she revived him. Yeah.
So yeah, actually, a lot of I like those characters. Yeah, they're the edgy bunch.
Yeah, in arms. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's see what the next stage is going to be. I don't think this is. Are these guys playing on non-legal stages?
No. Temple Ground. This isn't Temple Grounds. This is Ninja School, right?
Yeah.
This is also a tournament stage.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm like I'm not recalling everything correctly then. Okay, so again, we see the dash of technique. You can do it in the air as well, and just be able to teleport around, try and throw off your opponent. Right now, Wonder Chef with the high ground, just trying to keep up this pressure, and we got Drew in the corner right now, just trying to navigate around, see what he can do to get out of there.
Yeah, but it looks like Wonder Chef is having a lot of success so far boxing Drew in, but Drew finally finds his way out with that corner hook. Yeah. Actually, he disables that arm, too, at the same time, which is really helpful.
And we see another one of the abilities of Dr. Coyle here, where if you are knocked down, then you do turn invisible for a little bit. So it's a big mix-up game for the opponent to try and guess where you're going to roll and catch a drift on that.
And that same thing happens too. If she blocks for a while, she'll also go invisible. So you have to start guessing what if she's going to do an out of shield off. Yo, actually teleporting through the rush, Drew.
Yeah, Drew trying to be a ninja right now.
He almost did it too. That was the incredible thing.
Yeah, that was some Naruto stuff there. Like just going through all the kunai knives, but he's not able to get that. But he gets the rush in, and that's going to be working out so far.
That was a really nice aimed rush by Drew, and he gets the wake up as well with the grab. Because with the rush, he had the chakram, right, going at that large sweeping angle. So he caught Wonder Chef trying to dash away from his fist and caught the rest of the rush there.
Yep. All right, here we go. Tries to block both arms, does not get them flanked in time. He's going to eat a punish, tries to go for the grab, but he's just able to navigate around, and still, Drew looking good on this first round again.
Yeah, he's backing off really nicely, and this time the chakram coming in really clutch for him. And there we go, just a solid biff in the face. Gonna take away the first round of game 2 for Drew. That stage seems to be helping Drew a lot more. I think just not having all those obstacles in his way, a more straightforward, essentially just hallway, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you have the high ground against Coyle, that way you can really nullify her levitating ability. So you're fighting somebody on a level playing field.
Yep. Looks like right now we got the Tri-Blast switch from Wonder Chef.
Yeah, this is a very useful arm if you're primarily concerned about an opponent horizontally dodging as opposed to doing vertical dodges, which, given the teleporting ability, is going to come in handy a lot for pinning down this ninja.
Yeah. Oh, but just immediate rush tries to catch them on a pressure situation, but Drew is just able to get out of there with the rush.
Yo, man, Wake Up Super works in every fighting game.
All right, just trying to navigate around. Drew's hopping in the air a lot, and we can see Wonder Chef getting these pokes here and there, but able to dash through and just teleport and get a couple pokes in.
I mean, I do like that Drew's invasion is using a lot more jumps, right? He's recognized what he's up against. Like, well, dodging side to side isn't going to work against double tri-blast, so I have to change up my movement pattern. So he's focusing a lot more on that. His landings are still being caught a little bit. Wonder Chef is facing himself really cleanly to make it hard to hook those arms down, and another rush lands for him.
Yep.
But we have Drew also on the verge of his next rush, right? That grab gets it to him. He loses this round, but going into round 3 with a full rush meter ready to go.
Yeah, that was one of those difficult situations because just to get the full rush, what you want to do is like just throw out your arms to get rushed, but then he left himself vulnerable. So that's just kind of giving the round to Wonder Chef there.
I think it was ultimately the right call, though, to make sure that his round 3 was as good as possible, considering the way that round 2 was going. Wonder Chef taking his time all the way, just you see him hovering just barely outside the arms range. Oh, just the tip of the range gonna catch him with the biff.
Yeah. All right, just immediately pulls out the rush. Not the right time. You usually want to do that on a whiff, but just caught him dashing, but it was able to get grab in, or excuse me, block in time.
Yeah, that is unfortunate for Drew. Wonder Chef now with the one with rush advantage.
Yeah, a couple missed opportunities coming from Drew. We saw the whiff grab come out, so Drew could have just, after the dash, just immediately go for a grab himself, but wasn't able to do that. Gets caught in the air, and there's a rush again. 310 damage.
Some pretty nice damage for Wonder Chef, and he's keeping his advantage state going, using the explosive property of the Tri-Blast to layer on that extra bit of damage and pressure.
All right, and here we go. And again, yeah, you see the explosions just doing a lot of work.
Yeah, also just really, really clean use of the Dr. Coyle's levitating ability to juke the punches, but that grab is going to catch him.
All right, let's see if Wonder Chef. Okay, so we already got Rush online again for Drew. Let's see what he tries to do. It. There we go. Kapushka on the whiff, and there we go. Catches him in dash and gets 250 damage for his troubles.
Yeah, once again, the chakra coming in really clean for that specific angle.
Yeah, but it looks like Wonder Chef's about to get Rush one more time, and there it is. So we're going to see a lot of danger coming in.
Both players with Rush. Does Drew ever block it? No, but Drew is going to survive that with literally only a pixel of health. It's all, oh, the time limit too. Very good use of Rush by Wonder Chef then. I completely forgot about the time.
Yep, so that'll be Wonder Chef, I believe, taking this set 2-0, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
No one's
really standing up.
Wonder Chef is, I assume.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's it, right?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah. That's it, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
GG.
Yeah, GG's, guys.
But yeah, that is something to always be wary of in ARMS as well as the timer, right? And that was the difference between Wonder Chef and Drew there, is Wonder Chef saw like, oh, the timer's almost done. I need to spend this rush to make sure I have that life lead, right? Because even if it, like, well, it's not even going to be blocked by Ninjara, right? Like, you can actually just keep punching him because he'll teleport somewhere else.
Yeah.
but it's just like I need to get as much damage on the board as possible. And I think if Drew also made that change as well, it's just like I need to use this rush. Like keeping this meter round 3 literally gets you nowhere. You have to spend it all.
All right, so that was already an exciting first round. So Wonder Chef, the Pokken player, will be moving on in the bracket. So it's kind of cool to see how people that play different Switch FGC games like play all the other ones too. It's kind of like how everyone in FGC plays PS4 games. So then they all kind of like mix and match with those ones.
Because like you already have the console, right? So you just like put down $50 more. Because like the way I imagine it happens a lot is just like after like a long ARMS session or after a long like Pokken thing, it's just like, hey, you know, let's play something else for a bit. It's like, well, I got ARMS. Like, oh, we'll play this, and then a bunch of people get into that as well.
Yeah.
So like they build on each other. Because I know there's actually a lot of people that were funded for multiple games at Switchfest. Yeah. I know again Catfight was one of them as well, coming for Pokken and ARMS.
All right, and looks like coming up to the stage we got, I assume, is one of our Shulk guests because he has a giant Monado sword stuck behind his jacket. So that's pretty cool.
that is actually really rad.
Yeah.
Honestly, seeing so many Shulk players in one building, and the amount of the Shulk mains came together to support each other for this, in addition to the compendium, was really surprising. Because like we've seen it before with past events. Like I know at CEO and stuff, the Shulk main supported, I believe, Nico to come out and play.
Yeah.
But like over here, like because this is the Shulk saga, in addition to everything else, there are dozens of Shulk mains out here. I know Cerrone like was literally told like Thursday night by like Tremendo dudes like, hey, do you want to come down to Switchfest? Because we have extra money to house you. Like so, like being able to come in clutch for every single Shulk main that could make it here. I think is going to make that that big I'm really feeling it bracket really exciting. It's like not only do you have that, but it's like triple Shulk TriCast commentary on top of everything else. I think that's going to be really neat.
Yeah, that's going to be very exciting to see. So while we're waiting on our opponents, one last ability that we did forget to mention is that when Dr. Coyle does have the arms charged, she does get a third arm.
That's right,
which is pretty wild when you think about it. Because Dr. Coyle literally is like, looks like the final boss of arms or something, you know?
Isn't she now the final boss in the campaign?
Is she? I remember playing it and it was still max rack, so I could be wrong, but who knows?
Yeah. It's been a bit for me since my arms days.
Yeah. As I played through the Grand Prix, and then I ended up with Max Trash. Maybe it's a randomized thing. Who knows?
Maybe.
But yeah, she's a wild character. She's like flying all over the place. You know, like it's pretty crazy stuff altogether.
Yeah, it's like between that and like all the lore connections and stuff.
Yeah.
It's honestly like the amount of personality that goes into so much of the character design. Like the fact that like even without knowing lore, like a lot of people looked at characters like, okay, that guy's really cool. Like I know a lot of people who play Max Press is like, yeah, but like he yells protein. Like what more do you want from a character than that?
And it's like there's not even that well. I guess like in Smash you get clones, right?
Yeah.
Like, we only have like one real clone, that's Springtron, but that's just in design because he has like a lot of unique mechanics as well.
The negative field.
Like the EMP field.
Yeah, that's what it's called, EMP field. Is it like electromagnetic punch field or is it actually pulse? I'm curious whether the P stands for punch or pulse.
I'm pretty sure it's pulse because it's like a wave that he does, and if your arm's in it, then you have like disabled parts.
Like that thing is, it is rough if you're just starting to learn the matchup to know when you need to actually punch him and when it is too late.
Yeah,
because you're like, oh, he's charging for the pulse. I'm going to let it rip. And then the pulse goes right before your fist reaches. It's like, oh, now I'm dead.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like when it's one of those characters that forces you to think the next step is like, okay, let me bait this out. And then punish or something like that. Because there's a ton of end lag. And so that's something to consider as well.
I do like how there's a lot of characters with like mechanics that like they fit certain playstyles, where there's like a playstyle where you want your opponent to constantly feel like obligated to come at you, because like Springtron has that because they have to constantly be wary of that pulse. Min Min also has that with her Dragon Arm as well.
Yeah. Max Brass.
Master Mummy and Max Brass have that. But then there's also characters like, I like Helix, I like Coyle and stuff because they're just, Ninjara is like, I just want to not get hit, right? Like those are what those characters are about, and it's deciding which manner of not being hit is your favorite. Yeah. Also, there's also the Shockwave for Springman and all the Shockwaves. Yeah, we have 3 Shockwave characters in this game. Yeah, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, exactly. Looks like our fellow player is just looking at all the rules. Like that.
It's a good time to refresh himself.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those things where it's like all the games are free to enter for Switch. Yeah. So then, like, why not, you know? So it's always fun to see people check out all the other games.
I know a lot of people enter the Brawl Out bracket as well.
Yeah, Puyo Puyo Tetris is that was one of the heavy hitters too.
Oh really?
Yeah,
how many people?
We have 38 people there.
Nice.
And our TO was expecting like 16 or something, so he's like really happy about that. he was saying that like if we got any more, then like I might actually run this bracket really badly. So he was happy. It was like a nice like 38 number, you know. Okay, so I'm trying to read his jersey on the back.
Detonator. I think that's Pega.
Yeah, that's probably Pega actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Pega's Twitter banner has like the detonator also.
That is definitely Pega because there's only one. If they seeded 2 detonator players in the same pool.
Yeah, that would be something.
That would be sus.
Yeah, that's our only detonator player as far as we know. So.
But yeah, that is Pega, your Evo 2018, Evo Japan 2018 ARMS champion.
Yep.
Being I rewatched that stuff, in the week upcoming to this, and like his max brass is terrifying.
I know.
Like the degree in which he's able to like download his opponent and make adjustments and stuff. Seeing any heavy character with that degree of movement mastery, like you had Gore Magala like machine gunning with like both arms, right, as fast as possible, and he was guard canceling and parrying through all of that to reach him. Yeah, I was stunned.
Hey man, just put a max brass on Via Dolce and then get yourself in the corner, and that's just.
You mean on the stage because the stage is 4 corners connected.
Yeah. It's game over, man. That's just not a good time at all.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just like if you're fighting max brass, ban that immediately.
Against max brass and Mummy, like any character where like because they have armor, right? So like on wake up, you're not going to be able to get a charge to knock them out of armor. So like if you're against them and they get you knocked down, like you're toast in a corner. You can't even move out of the way, and your punches are going to do nothing. They get to do whatever they want. Like it's such a like you have to have the perfect read in order to jump out of there or like punch through their grab attempt or something, you know.
Yeah, very true. Alrighty, so we're just going to be waiting on these guys. I believe the TOs are just reviewing with Pega the rule set because I believe the stage lists are a little bit different. I think in Japan they actually allow Ramen Bowl. I think that's the big thing.
They did have that at Evo Japan, and I do not see that in American tournaments.
Yeah, it's like how in Japan for Smash, it's like they just do Battlefield, Smashville, and then like FD, I think.
Yeah.
And then they don't have like any of the other like mumbo jumbo stuff.
No. They keep things straightforward, simple, best of one in a lot of situations. Yeah. Which is really terrifying. I know a lot of really strong ARMS players went over in Evo Japan and weren't able to make it out of pools and stuff because of the best of one. Like that is so punishing. Like
yeah, that's pretty.
And like
pretty terrifying. Yeah.
You can only imagine like the threats that sort of environment produces. Where like, yeah, of course they're gonna adapt really, really fast because they have no time compared to us.
Yeah. Alrighty, so it looks like these guys are just about ready to get started. Never mind. Okay, some more time to stall. Yeah, I mean that's the thing about running brackets with newcomers. Is like you gotta help guide them. You know, like how the system works. Because honestly, I have never played in an ARMS bracket. So, at least not like a super serious one like this one. So I'm gonna be like there, and I'm like. So does the switch go in here and I just play, or?
Well, what you have to remember is you hold down the right stick for tournament mode.
Oh yes.
Because I think that is literally what they had to just go over. Was holding for the tournament mode.
Yeah.
Which is, by the way, Yeah,
shout out to tournament mode, which allows you to use all the arms available.
Like that is incredible. Like the amount of like patching that has gone into this game. Like a third of the cast was free DLC. Like all the arms and all the characters and stuff consistently receive balance patches throughout the lifespan of the game and stuff. There was like a very clear line of communication.